Alright, everyone, it's time for another episode of Atoms for the Love of Movie Picks. This time around, we're going to be talking about the 2019 hit film Hobbs and Shaw, part of the Fast and the Furious franchise, in a way. This movie has quite a few well-known actors in it. Of course, you got the main two characters. You got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson playing Luke Hobbs. You've got Jason Statham playing Deckard Shaw. The bad guy Brixton, played by Idris Elba. Vanessa Kirby is in it, as well as Helen Mirren plays Queenie, Deckard Shaw's mom. Another guy, I can't remember the movies he's in, but he's been in a few movies. Eddie Marsan, I'm sorry. Cliff Curtis. Of course, you've got Roman Reigns is in it. Ryan Reynolds is in it. And I think that's the extent of the well-known actors in this movie. Oh, and Kevin Hart is in it as well. I almost forgot to mention Kevin Hart. So, yeah. I think that's pretty much the extent of the well-known actors in this particular movie. So, quite a few well-known actors in this movie. This particular movie is... basically, Luke Hobbs, Deckard Shaw, they team up to bring down the bad guy Brixton and the organization he works for, Etion, I can't remember how it's pronounced. As you know, Hobbs and Shaw from previous movies, they're basically enemies. They really don't like each other. They got a real hate on for each other. So it's kind of funny that they're tasked to team up in this movie. Brixton's character is a cyber genetically enhanced character by Etion. So yeah, in the movie, an MI6 operative is set up by Brixton after Brixton kills her team, her MI6 team, who's trying to secure a deadly virus, which the operative then takes to keep away from Brixton. The initial scene where Hobbs and Shaw find out they're working together is just freaking hilarious and awesome. They really voice their displeasure about working together. You really get a sense of just how much they do not like each other. It's quite comical. We find out that the MI6 operative is actually her name is Hattie, played by Vanessa Kirby, and she's actually Deckard Shaw's sister. So kind of a neat, plot twist there. Then as you move along in the movie, there's an airplane scene where Kevin Hart's character makes it's kind of a cameo. It's his main part of the movie. See him one time again later on. He plays an air marshal. He tries to get in on what Hobbs and Shaw are all about, and it's pretty funny. They soon figure out, Hobbs and Shaw, the best way to get the virus out of Hattie. Really, the only way is to basically hand her over to Etion, who has the one and only real machine to extract the virus without actually killing her. Because the virus she injected, I forgot to mention, she injected the virus into herself. It's inside these capsules, so it's not really loose or live inside of her. But if they don't get it out of her within a certain time frame, then it's released, and it not only kills her, but kills a shit ton of people. So yeah, basically, they hand her over to Etion, and then Hobbs and Shaw basically rescue her. It's kind of a bait and switch kind of thing. Like, they hand her over on purpose so that they can get to the machine and then rescue her after the fact. In order to do this, they turn to an old friend of Shaw's named Margarita. Basically, she runs like a gang of women that just basically steal whatever they want from whoever they want. And she supplies them with all the gears and weapons that they need to pull this job off. So yeah, the whole scene there's a whole scene when they initially get to this Etion bioweapons compound where the machine is, and where they've taken Hattie after she's been captured. Basically, in order to hand them over to Etion, they make it look like Margarita actually captured her. That she has no knowledge about Hobbs and Shaw. She just basically found her, knew the price in her head, and handed her over to Etion. So yeah, there's an initial scene when Hobbs and Shaw get there. They basically go down two identical sets of hallways. Really, it's just seriously funny. Shaw picks one hallway with a lot of bad guys in it. Taking his time, and Hobbs just gets one enormous villain. I mean, I don't know how big this guy is in real life, but he's supposed to be bigger than Hobbs' character. And as Hobbs and therefore Dwayne Johnson's character is like 6'5", so this guy's gonna be almost 7 feet tall. And he not, and of course Shaw Hobbs' character knocks him out with one punch. And meanwhile, he's standing. It's got see-through glass down, dividing the hallway as well as a wall, so they can see each other the whole time. And he's standing there going, oh, like hurry up kind of thing. Like, I'm done with my guy. What's taking you so long? Um, uh, and yeah, so basically, it's a really funny scene. The two of them when they're fighting down these two hallways to get to the next part of the compound. And basically the whole premise of what they're doing is not really to rescue Hattie. They're just kind of providing a distraction so that Hattie can escape with the machine to extract the virus. And during their escape from the Etion compound, the machine is damaged, and they have to travel to Hobbs's home in Samoa to ask the help of Hobbs's brothers and family to fix the machine, which is awkward for Hobbs because he is estranged from his family and hasn't been home for 25 years. Basically, you find out that Hobbs basically turned their dad in because he was leading them to a life of crime, and he was going to get them all killed. So Hobbs did it for the benefit of his family, but regardless of the situation, I guess the Samoan culture, you're not supposed to turn your back on family. So he felt really awkward and estranged from them, and he just left and never came back. So after some argument, some funny scenes, and a little bit of retaliation on the family's part, they agree to help fix the machine, and also at the same token fight the bad guys that they know are coming to get the virus. The defenses that they prepare, considering they don't have a lot of technology and armament available to them, are pretty ingenious and old school at the same time. There's a fight dance scene that they basically do when the bad guys initially arrive in Samoa. It's actually a real life. It's a Samoan war dance called Sia Tau. I'm really hoping I'm pronouncing that right. It's just awesome and totally badass. I just wish it was a little bit longer. I don't know if the dance itself is just that short or if they shortened it for the movie, but it'd be awesome if it was a bit longer. And then, of course, you got the final fight. The fight scene with Shaw, Hobbs, and a couple of Hobbs's brothers. The whole fight scene after the dance, where the Hobbs and his brothers and Shaw, they're all fighting the Etion bad guys, is pretty epic. Just seeing them, their fight tactics and the weapons they're using, it's pretty cool. And then there's a scene where there are like 4 trucks that belong to the Hobbs family hooked up to a helicopter. It's just plain nuts. Just seeing them, attached to this helicopter, and they're swinging over a cliff, and it's just sheer madness. At one point, the chain almost breaks, and Hobbs is, basically like this, like he's hanging onto the truck on one hand and got the helicopter by the other. I don't even know if it's possible, but it's pretty insane. And then, of course, you got the final fight scene between Hobbs, Shaw, and Brixton. Is just really awesome. And then, of course, when Hobbs and Shaw realize that when they work together, they can beat Brixton even with his enhancement, and they just straight up kick his ass. It's just an awesome fight scene. One of the best fight scenes I've seen in a while. So overall, a great action comedy is the best way I could describe this movie. Really funny. I mean, lots of funny parts that make you laugh. And great action sequences. So just overall, really good movie. And then if you watch some of the extra scenes in the credits, you kind of find out a bit of a secret there. I won't say too much about to give it away. So yeah, Hobbs and Shaw, great movie. Highly recommend it. In terms of its rating, I think it's like a 14A rating. It says PG on the case, but I would say that's a strong PG-13, maybe 14A. I mean, I leave it at your discretion. Obviously, you got some violence, a little bit of language. But yeah, it's still a decent family movie. I would say anybody under the age of 13 probably shouldn't watch it. But other than that, really good. Don't know if it's available on any streaming platforms, but obviously you can pretty much pick it up at any movie place that sells movies. So yeah, check it out. Hobbs and Shaw. You'll not be disappointed. Have a good one, folks. We'll catch you in the next one. Take care.